This is my media coursework evaluation. My name is Morgan Woodlock and my candidate number is 6115. The genre we chose is horror, and we have deduced that our product does actually challenge the typical norms of the genre we chose. Normally, the opening of a horror film is a brief insight into the characters, like the villain, the protagonist, or in some cases the victim. And ours is the victim, so it does sort of like go together with the typical norms of our genre. But after looking at a few film openings like the horror movie An American Haunting, we see the victim being chased through a snow-covered forest, and she's running away from an unseen assailant. And the music really hypes up the feel of the film through the opening, and sort of tells the audience immediately that it is a horror and it's gonna increase from there. Ours, however, begins calmly, like the beginning of the horror movie Prom Night. It's like a normal situation that builds up to a climax. That we believe makes the film and the horror genre more shocking. Because if we had just jumped straight into the horror, it would have been cliche. But doing this sort of made it more shocking for the audience. Our product sticks quite closely to the stereotypical view of a damsel in distress, and this is shown through us having a very pretty female star, and this urges the male audience on to become the hero in their own minds, and makes them feel sympathy for the girl and also concern for her. And also it's targeted at a certain age, so because she's young, a young teenager, it makes people, boys especially, interested in the movie. We believe that our institute that would distribute our film is mostly Universal or Summit, because they have a track record of different horror movies that have been quite successful, and we really want our film to be very successful. But we know that if we use something like one of the big brands from Vivendi and Universal, that we might get more we might get more
support. Support.
Yeah, support from the audience, and we can outreach to more people through the big name brands, because they know that they have done great movies in the past. So if they supported us, then we know that our movie would do quite well. The audience we've targeted is young adults around 15 to 30. The age range varies because we've used some interesting techniques to hook different types of audience. For example, using the female victim at the start of the film particularly targets the male audience, but we also use suspense to hook horror and thriller lovers, and to come and watch our film. Using those different aspects, we aim to target an audience for the young adults and the genre lovers who we know would be aiming to would enjoy watching our production. We attracted our audience by using a female character and stimulating that damsel in distress feel, and that made it makes people more interested in the storyline. Plus, the use of suspense really hooks the audience for what our film is. During the process, I've learned a lot about using Wix and Sony Vegas. Through the preliminary task, I learned how to use Sony Vegas a bit, but actually doing the filming and doing the getting the film and getting it uploaded and everything onto Wix and Sony Vegas makes it really difficult as well. So I've found quite a few challenges there, but I also learned quite a lot about using technology to make the flow and the continuity much better and much easier to understand. Looking back on our preliminary task, I've learned quite a lot of key factors that I didn't really think about before when we did the preliminary. For example, we had to worry about setting, we had to worry about place, we had to worry about weather, and actually filming and doing all the filming at once, because we found out the first problem that we hit was that we tried to film on the first day and we didn't get all the filming done. So we needed to come back and reschedule because we figured out that the continuity and of the film would be ruined because of the weather issue, and we couldn't get that desired effect if we didn't get all the filming done in one day. So we rescheduled. We changed our storyboards to make the film a lot better. Also, we had to keep the product in a continuous flow, which made it quite hard. And yeah, I guess we learned quite a lot about setting up desired shooting times, and got the footage we needed to eventually create the product.